Quick question. If someone froze your screen right now and took a photo of your desk, would you be proud of it? Or would you immediately say, "Wait, don't judge me, I'm just busy"? Because here's the thing. A messy desk isn't just messy. It's a visual map of your brain. Every pile, every sticky note, every random object is a thought you haven't finished thinking. Today, we're doing desk archaeology. We're digging through the chaos to decode what your workspace says about your mind. And then I'll show you how to fix it without becoming a minimalist monk. The before. Let me be honest. This video exists because my desk was a disaster. Not quirky creative messy, not organized chaos. I'm talking half-finished notebooks, open tabs in real life, random objects I couldn't explain. Every time I sat down to work, my brain already felt tired. And I didn't realize why. Until I learned this. Your desk isn't neutral. It's constantly talking to your brain. And most of us are drowning in noise. Desk archaeology. Layer 1. Piles. Let's start with the most common artifact. The pile, papers, books, notes. I'll deal with this later stacks. Here's what a pile really means. It's an unfinished decision. Your brain sees that pile and thinks, something here still needs my attention. Even if you're not consciously thinking about it, your focus is leaking. That's why clutter feels exhausting. It's not mess, it's open loops. But piles are just the surface. The next layer is sneakier. Desk archaeology. Layer 2. Open tools. Open notebooks, unclosed planners, 10 pens, 3 highlighters, 2 coffee mugs. This is what I call cognitive residue. Your desk is stuck in 5 different moments: studying, planning, panicking, procrastinating. Future me will handle this. So when you sit down to do one task, your environment is reminding you of 10 others. No wonder it's hard to focus. Relatable moment. This hit me the same way school did. You sit down to study for one class, but your desk is screaming, "What about this assignment? And this deadline? And this thing you forgot?" So you scroll instead. Not because you're lazy, because your brain is overloaded. And then there's the biggest mistake of all. The real problem. Visual noise. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Your brain treats everything you can see as potential work. Every object is a tiny decision. Do I need this? Should I move it? Is this important? That constant micro-decision-making is why clutter drains energy so fast. Your desk isn't just where you work, it's part of how you think. So if the environment is chaotic, focus doesn't stand a chance. The after. How to fix it. Here's what actually worked for me. Not a full reset. Not perfection. Just 3 rules. Number 1. One zone. One purpose. Your desk should answer one question. What do I do here? Studying? Creating? Admin? If it doesn't serve that purpose, it doesn't live there. Number 2. Close the loops. No open notebooks, no loose papers. If something isn't being used today, it gets stored or removed. This alone made my brain feel quieter. Number 3. Empty space is functional. White space isn't wasted space. It's mental breathing room. When I cleared physical space, my thoughts stopped tripping over each other. That's when focus came back. And here's the part most people miss. Realization. You don't need a better desk. You need a desk that asks less of your brain. Productivity isn't about discipline, it's about reducing friction. When your environment works with you, focus stops feeling like a fight. Summary. So here's the takeaway. Your desk is a mirror. Not of your worth, not of your effort, but of your cognitive load. Clear the space. Close the loops. Give your brain room to breathe. If this made you look at your desk differently, hit the like button so more overwhelmed people see this. And if you want productivity advice that actually works in real life, not just aesthetic setups, subscribe. You're not messy. You're carrying too much. And your workspace should help you carry less.